Peace and assalamu alaikum, everybody. Hello. It is so nice and sunny outside and cold. It's December 21st, so what you expect? I have a really long journey that I am about to embark upon, and I'm going to take you with me. And while doing so, I'm going to discuss all the goals that I have for 2020 that I actually accomplished. And surprise, I accomplished everything except maybe like one or two, but I get to that in a second. It's not really that I didn't accomplish them, but I'll get to that. So let me say, I am just going to break this down to two things: personal and business. Hold up, because I keep looking at the wrong camera. That won't be good. So yeah, I'm gonna just break down the goals that I have for 2021. Did I say 2021? For 2021 into two categories: personal and business, just to make it easier. And so like, I get all shy and nervous when people come near me and I'm making a video. So personal, business. I'm gonna start with the personal things. So my goals for 2021 was to get my credit score to 650. It have fallen dramatically because I just during the whole COVID thing, but not because of COVID per se. I initially left my last job because I was on a COVID unit and everybody around me was dropping. So out of the 5 nurses who worked that unit, like throughout 24 hours, out there are 5 nurses, all 4 got COVID. I didn't, alhamdulillah. One of them, my girlfriend, she was really critical for a very long time. Now, in saying that, she had a slew of health problems and everything, and she's fine. She recovered. I don't know how well she recovered because I don't work there anymore. But 4 out of the 5 got COVID. Some of my aides were getting COVID, and it was just a lot because I remember, like, I think a third of my residents passed away in like 2 weeks. And when you work in long-term care, you become familiar, not desensitized necessarily, but you become very familiar with death. It is inevitable. It's going to happen. And I'm not someone who, when I first got into the business or this field, I would ask them yo, how do you deal with people dying all the time? But I had never been around anybody really who died. It's around my mom, who I took care of when I was really young. She had cancer, and I would go with her to chemo and deal with her being sick and all that kind of thing. But certainly never on the level that you get into in this field again. And so anyway, with the whole COVID thing, a couple of things. I was really burned out. Not from just years of doing this. And then also I had, the year before, had clots in both my lungs and all this kind of stuff. And I was concerned because I'm like, alright, people getting caught out there who have health issues. I wasn't sure how well my lungs were, anything. So I spoke with the doctor and was like, what do you think I should do? Do you think I should leave? And at the time, COVID was really new to everybody. Folks were just losing it. And nursing home workers were considered really, really high risk. And so my doctor was like, yeah, you need to kind of be out of here. And especially since I had gotten COVID, to me, I was like, this is the Lord looking me out. So am I going to keep going? Like, what I'm going to do? And so, you know, my doctor told me, like, no, you should probably leave. And so that's what I did. And so, but right after that, I had already had health issues I was still dealing with the fibroids and the hysterectomy and that kind of thing, which I go all into in other videos. So you know, not working, I was not receiving unemployment or anything. I happened to have had a little bit of savings, so that's what I lived off of. And then you know, not really getting help for anyone else but my best friend. He did hook me up a couple of times, paid off a couple of bills for me. I borrowed some money from my auntie, not a lot, but I borrowed it and then I gave it back to her with extra money. And but no, I had no income. And head of household, so it wasn't just me. I had, you know, people staying with me. I was taking care of them too. You know, my daughter lost her job because of COVID. And so, all that being said, my bills got way behind. My credit score was dropping because I wasn't paying off my bills and stuff like that. And so I was really concerned with getting it back up, and I had actually gotten it over 650, and then something happened with another loved one where I had to, you know, come through with the clutch, and then that dropped my credit score back under 600 again. It dropped to like 100 points. Well, with TransUnion, Equifax never dropped, which was really crazy. I still don't understand what that was about, but that just goes to show that they obviously, the different credit bureaus obviously don't go on the same information, because it was like a few months to maybe at least 2 months where it never fell. Even now it never fell. So alhamdulillah, I was able to get it back up again, even higher than it was the first time it went up. So as I speak, I'm like about 697 my score is. So alhamdulillah, I'm glad about that. I'm gonna try to keep it there and not mess anything up. So I accomplished that. Let's see, I'm gonna try to go into I'm gonna try to do personal stuff first. So yeah, so that I consider that personal. Another thing was, well, like I said, I fell behind in my bills. So a goal of mine was to get back on top of all my bills, which I was able to do. I'm very happy to say. Oh, let me say, I went back to work is what happened. I was able to go back to work after being out for 5 months because I had to wait to heal and all that kind of thing. And you know, I was able to get a job. And what my goal was for 2020, which I hadn't, well, yeah, I made it just right before 2021. My goal was to get back to work and be able to make at least $1,000 a week, which I was able to accomplish, which is why I was able to pay off my bills and to get my credit score up. I also, now within the personal is some stuff, personal goals, well, goals that I have for my children, to help with my children. So I wanted to get my daughter back into college, which we've done that. She's back into school. Because honestly, I messed up with trying to help people. Someone in particular a couple of years ago, like maybe 3 years ago, and I got thousands of dollars stolen from me. And so that put a lot of things, that messed me up a lot. That's where it really started. But then I got back on my feet. You know, to me, money just ebbs and flows, whatever. So, but I was able to get my daughter back into school, because she thought she was just going to go through life without an education. I don't think so. And she's always like, oh, I want to go into school because you making me. Yep. And one day you'll thank me for it, and if you don't, oh well, you still got that degree. But so I got her into school. My other daughter, I wanted to get her into some art classes, because that's another thing. I used to be able to put her into all sorts of classes, but she just did not. Where's my battery low? She just did not want to do that. So I don't consider that not being an accomplishment. It's just something she didn't want to do, and I wasn't going to force her, you know. Let me pop this socket in there. Well, ouch. Hold on, at the light. Give me a second. All right. So I was able to do that. Oh, I wanted to go on at least one vacation with my family and one by myself. I'm going to consider the one with my family. It's just a short, like, mini vacation my younger daughter and I did. So that was fun. I'm going to consider it family because others didn't want to go anywhere. And that was just kind of mommy-daughter time. I try to give them time as much as possible, like separately and together. And then the one for me, I didn't do a vacation with myself because I was too busy trying to get that credit score up and pay off the bills. But I did, you know, just kind of go off by myself and stuff like that. I do those type of things, so I'll still consider that an accomplishment. The only thing that I did not do, well, I'll get back to that. So far as the business, I have been wanting to take a notary class forever, and I wanted to do it years ago back home in New Jersey, which is so easy. In New Jersey, you legit just go and pay your money and you're a notary. Here in Pennsylvania, it ain't that easy. You have to like do certain hours. I actually took a 3 or 4 hour course at a community college, like a couple of hours or less from here, which is cool because the guy who did it, not only is he an attorney, but he's like, he teaches this class. He's a college professor. He is the editor for the National Realtors book and just all this kind of stuff. He teaches. He's the official educator for Wackers Realty and all this kind of stuff. So I like doing hands-on. Although online is very convenient, I like being in the class up front, taking notes, asking questions, especially when it's the facilitator or the professor is someone who is actually in the field. They're not just giving theory. They actually have hands-on experience. They can give you different scenarios, answer questions that you can only really know from just being hands-on. You know what I mean? There are things with me, having worked in long-term care for so many years, you just can't, a person wouldn't just be able to get from doing the text. Yeah, you'll get the theory and you can pass the test, but you won't know. You might know theoretically what to do if a 92-year-old woman slips and falls, but when it's really happening, it's a whole different ball game. So same thing with this. So I actually went and took a class, and then, you know, you have to do the test through Pearson VUE and just all this kind of stuff. So I was able to actually do that. And then an extra thing, I'll get to that because I'm gonna do all the extra stuff I accomplished separately. So I did that. I also have been wanting to take a CPR instructor's course, which I actually did. So I'm so thoroughly excited about that. I'm certified as a CPR instructor, and I'll also be able to teach other instructors like soon. I'll get to that in a minute, inshallah. What else did I do? I am tired, just I made it through the year. So let's see, notary. Oh, I also finally started my t-shirt business. I have had a heat press forever, like 6 or 7 years, and I'm just a true procrastinator. It's just ridiculous. So I had to put that on my goals list so I can make sure I do it. I'm very I don't know, I always say I'm like competitive with myself. I don't know if competitive would be the proper term, but I like to challenge myself, and I like to beat myself or I don't know, just accomplish those things. So I finally started my t-shirt business. And so there are all kind of things. There would be like, first of all, I don't believe in just putting stuff that has no meaning on anything. T-shirts, tattoos, books, whatever. For me, everything has to have a meaning. And so some of the t-shirts would be like Islamic in nature to there's a poem I wrote so long ago. It's a short poem. Man, I wrote that thing probably at least 20 years ago. I think I'm gonna put that on this shirt. I'm gonna do like literary shirts, like pro literature type shirts, just different things. So yeah, like things that are pro culture and stuff like that. So I'll show it when I actually put a whole line together. But I did at least start it. In fact, I'm on my way. One of my errands I have to do is take a shirt down to my dude. Okay, so what else? Okay, I think I said all that. Now, the one thing I did not do, which again, I don't consider it not an accomplishment or a non-accomplishment, is I planned on starting a concierge company a year ago. But with the whole COVID thing and whatnot, it just wasn't safe. So I kind of put that on the back burner for now, at least. So that was on my goals list, but I just didn't do it. Because like I said, I don't look at that as a non-accomplishment, because it's something that was not feasible to do, you know, with our current social situation. So extra things that I did. I told you I went to the notary class. I took the notary class and the tests and all that kind of stuff. I'm insured and bonded through the Pennsylvania Associations of Notaries. So I got all that done. But I actually started my company. I was not planning on, I was like one foot in front of the other. What I want to do for my goals for 2021 is to actually get certified. But I kept going with it, and instead of waiting for 2022 to start the business, to get my business license and everything, I actually accomplished that in 2021. And I also did the same with my CPR company. So it's actually a mobile CPR company. So I'm certified to teach throughout the country. So I will be mobile, going to different places. This coming year, I'm just going to focus on the Eastern United States, inshallah. Because I'm in the East and it's easier just to go along the coast, I think. So, yeah. So I actually started 2 companies. So the t-shirts is not, I didn't actually register the company yet, but that's because I don't want to have 15 different companies. So I'm actually going to, with that, I'm going to have one sort of like enterprise or what have you, and be able to do different things because, you know, I have different passions, but I have different passions, and so I'm just gonna do like one umbrella company to do different things. I'm so winded. I feel like I'm talking so much. So yeah, so I started those 2 companies. I already said that I got my credit score way up past 650, alhamdulillah. And the other thing, which is major, it was nowhere even in my vision like so soon, because there's so much going on, I can barely wrap my brain around it. And so I wasn't really looking to do it yet. It was just one of those things like, I'm gonna do it. But alhamdulillah, I got my butt back in school, and I got all A's. Yes, I better have though, because I don't play B's. So I'm back in school and I'm doing well so far, alhamdulillah. Hopefully, I know universal law is all about balance, so things are not going to always be gravy, and it's not always gravy. And I'm usually scared to death when I'm making moves, because not knowing if it's the right thing. I'm like severely analytical. God, I overthink everything, and it's really hard for me to make a move. So when I'm doing it, I really don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not. But I'm of that mindset of, if it don't kill me, whatever, let's just do this. But it's still hard to put that first foot forward sometimes. So it might sound romantic and everything to some people, but it ain't. But regardless, I'm making moves and I'm accomplishing things, being successful thus far, alhamdulillah. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna go with it. Now, as I said, today is December 21st, 2021. And so I have been really putting a lot of thought into my goals for 2022. And so I'm going to try to read this as I drive safely. So I'm going to get on over here in this right lane. Try to take it easy. As easy as I can. I got to go at least 50. So this I'm breaking down into personal/spiritual, business, health, and community. And this really isn't everything. I just like things come to my mind, and either I remember to put them in my notes or I don't. So some things I just don't remember to put in my notes, which means I don't remember what they are. So, and these are not going to be in any particular order, because I'm not able right now to really focus on them like that because I'm driving. So with my credit score, I'm at 697 now. I want to reach at least 750, and I really don't think that's hard to do. It's really not very hard to raise your credit score. I know there are like a gazillion and 2 videos and stuff on how you can raise your credit score, and people are making some money off of selling these kits and things of that nature. I don't know, maybe they got something there, but all I do is pay my bills and pay them on time as much as possible, and it goes up. So getting it to 750, I don't think it's going to be a problem at all, inshallah. I want to pay off at least 2 debts this year, and I'm saying at least 2. I really want to do more, 3 to 4. But some things I know I can't pay off, like I have, a house mortgage. I'm not gonna, more than likely, I won't be paying that off this year or in 2022. But who knows? I don't know what the heck the Lord got for me. Or what opportunities will come my way. But as it is today, December 21st, I'm looking to pay off at least 2 debts. I need to learn how to budget, and then actually start following a budget, because I do not do that. I'm not really frivolous, I guess, with my money, but I could for sure be a lot better. And you know, I'm always buying something for like my family and for the home and stuff. I buy things for me sometimes. Child, I gotta get rid of Shein. We gonna have to do something about Shein because they get my money. It's so funny because I never used to buy anything for myself, clothes wise, and you know, I'm a thrift store kind of gal. Especially, that's one of the ways I make money. I sell or I resell clothes online, new and mostly used, and also vintage. I've been doing that for about 7 or 8 years. And so, you know, I'm a serious thrift store kind of gal. My mom's, that's how, you know, my mother didn't have a lot of money, so we did thrift stores when I was little, and we did like inexpensive stores to buy clothes from. But so that's just like my character. I know a lot of people who came up like that. They're like the opposite. They gotta have expensive bags and things of that nature because they weren't able to do it when they were younger. I'm the opposite. Honey, give me a nice bargain and I am on high, okay? But I discovered Shein, and then right after that, I discovered that goddamn Klarna. Good God Almighty. So I just keep, this is from Shein, can't you tell? Isn't it so cute? But so, I just buy so many clothes off of there. And so, you know, I gotta kind of, but I tell myself it's because I need to be cute when I'm out there doing my signings and stuff like that. Oh, did I mention that the notary company that I did is not just notary, is as a signing agent. So is, I think I did mention it. So anyway, let me move on. I need to learn how to budget and start spending my money better. I'm pretty good with savings. Like I have a little something in the bank, and but what I want to do for 2022, I want to have at least, excuse me, at least $20,000 put to the side. I'm gonna claim 25,000. Let's say. That's what I was gonna say, 25, but then I got nervous. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. I'm gonna say 25,000 because even if I do 20, I'm still winning. If I do 15, I'm still winning. But I want to have that in the bank. So that's so far as finances. I want to. My son, my youngest son, is not understanding the importance of education so far as that paper. You know, he's young. He just turned 24. He is super smart. All my children are really, really smart, alhamdulillah. But this boy has always, well, young man now, he has always been sharp. But he's just like super laid back. He's a skater dude, you know, if that stereotype can give any sort of, you know, he's just laid back. He's like, yo, I'm just living and all that kind of thing. And he's just not getting for some reason. Like, I've initially made him go to college, but he just was not even trying. And I think part of it, well, one, knows this to community colleges, because that's where I got the vast majority of my credits from. But I like education, so it doesn't matter to me the school, even though I'm like at a prestigious school now, and child, they making me pay for that. But it doesn't matter to me anything about the professor or anything, because I'm always going an extra mile. If I find something interesting, I'm delving into it on my own extra. But I like school. I'm good with schooling. I'm good with tests and exam and all that kind of thing. So none of it is any consequence to me. I'm there for a purpose. I need to get these credits. And as I already said, I kick myself in the butt. Like, I don't like B's and all that kind of thing. So I'm self-motivated. My son, when he was 17, maybe 18, and he just was not feeling it. And so he just has like a nasty taste in his mouth for going to school. And it's just not his thing. He's not interested. But like, you know, most young people, I think, no disrespect, but especially nowadays, it's just a whole new, I don't know, they don't seem to get it. And so a goal of mine is to get him in some sort of something. He doesn't want to do college, so like some sort of trade program, or even like my other son just got in a union, a carpentry union, and so, you know, they do apprenticeship, so they get paid great money for learning how to do a specific trade. So I really want to try to help convince him to, you know, do that, because I mean, when you're 24, you still think like 40 is like, you know, 40 years old is like 75 years away. You know what I mean? It's like, they ain't gonna touch me, but guess what? It's gonna touch you, and it's gonna feel like it's 70 years from now as opposed to 75. So that is definitely a big goal of mine. Another goal, so far as, I don't know if to say of mine, I don't know how to put it, but that's something that I have on my to-do list to help him, you know, get into that whole thing. And also my younger daughter, she's in 10th grade now. I need to start really trying to find some scholarships and things for her to go on to college. Yeah, so those are some other goals. How long is this video? Good Lord. I need to concentrate on getting insurance for the family and me. So health insurance as well as life insurance. It's you know, a lot of Muslims believe or feel that, or believe that it's haram to get life insurance. But you know, even credit cards and all that kind of thing, a lot of people still feel. But the fact is, we are in a capitalistic society. This is a new realm. You know what I mean? The Prophet ﷺ, they ain't have to deal with none of this stuff we deal with. Mortgages, rents, like nothing. I know people who legit won't buy property because they're like, oh, you gotta deal with the riba. So you're gonna let your child stay, and your grandchild and your great-great-grandchildren have nothing? I mean, I know a lot of people don't feel like this. It may sound sacrilegious to some people, but I feel like I'm willing to take hell time in order to make things better in this world for my descendants. Like, seriously, if that's the case. But so many scholars are saying like, that's not the case. We're in a different reality. There's some things we have to do in order to survive, and those are some things. I have a friend whose loved one passed away, and they had to come up with 11 G's like that. And remember, as Muslims, we have to be buried immediately, you know, like 24 hours or no more than 2 days, right? So what you gonna do if you gotta try to come up with $11,000 or more? You know, what you gonna do? Especially if you're not saving money up. But listen, regardless, my goal is to get health and life insurance established for my family, inshallah. Speaking of Islam, my intention is to become more conscious with my salat, with my worship. So not only in actually performing them, because I'm often in wudu the entire day. And even if I, relieve myself, a lot of the times I just remake my wudu if I'm like home or something. And so, but I get so caught up because I am horrible with time. I get so caught up that I like miss salat. And so I really have to work on that. Salat has been something I struggle with my whole life. Like getting them all in and stuff like that. And again, some people might feel like I shouldn't be saying that, like hide your sins. But first of all, I don't see that as a sin necessarily, because yeah, we're supposed to offer the salat, no doubt. I'm not saying that's okay. But it's not a sin to me, because it's something that I'm constantly trying to work on and better, and it is a part of human nature. So for me to put that out there, hopefully I'm telling people that you are not by yourself, okay? And the thing is, Allah tells us in the Quran to not abandon the salat. Again, this is a whole different time. We ain't just like chilling in tents, in the sand and doing whatever they used to do back then. Not belittling what they did, but we're just moving all the time. And so, it's a different reality, but it's something I'm working on. So not just offering the salah, doing them on time and everything, but also in focusing. I, like probably many, if not all of you, have a tremendously difficult time focusing. Bismillah, poor dear. Have a tremendously difficult time focusing in the salah. It's so hard. You see memes and stuff that joke about it, that probably, I guess, only Muslims get. Like how you forget, like, wait, was that the third rak'ah or the second? Stuff like that. So, because it's just really difficult. And I'm certain it's vastly because everything we deal with is so fast for us. Everything, the apps, the computers, the TV, everything is just boom, boom, boom. The mind doesn't work in that manner. And so, that's why specialists say we should not be allowing our children to watch TV and do these computers and apps and stuff like that before the age of 5. This is a huge reason why ADD and ADHD exists. Of course, along with like the horrible nutrition, the horrible food we give our children and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's something that I really have to work on, like intentionally, like actually be conscious of, and just be more intentional about my actions in particular. Like if they're not, because I could just sit and chill for hours on end, because I'm a thinker, I'm a crafter, dare I say I'm an artist, and so I can just like chill and just be lost in thought and all that kind of thing. And of course, social media, please, I ain't no different than anybody else. And so or the crossword, my crossword app, boy, I be on that sucker like crazy. I love crosswords. And since I'm so scared to death that I'm gonna get dementia, I'm like, yo, I'm dead serious. I swear my memory is so bad. But I'm so afraid of getting dementia, so I really be like trying to get into stuff now to like help with memory. So yeah, I'm trying to be more intentional with my actions and stop procrastinating and wasting so much time, because as I've said many times before, inshallah, I'm gonna be 50 in July. I don't really have that much more time here, and for all the things that I want to do to accomplish for my future generations, I really gotta stop messing around and just do things, stop wasting time. I'm a big time waster. So budgeting, yada yada, said all of that. Okay, now that was the personal / spiritual. Let me flip over to health. Well, let me do community, because that's only one thing I have on there, because it entails different things. So my love, my passion is in serving others, and so I like to do a lot of like charity stuff, charitable things, but I have not really done hands-on stuff in a really long time, just because I don't have the time. And I used to, oh, it's getting a little chilly in here. So I used to, up until a few years ago, I guess, like I used to crochet things for like sick children. Where I'm from in New Jersey, and I'm from Newark, of course, Newark, New Jersey. And so there are some places like St. Barnabas Hospital, they have like a whole like organization, I guess you would say, or a whole group that, at least they used to, I'm assuming they still do. They have women who like crochet and do things to make for the sick baby for the NICU. And they didn't have anything down in the hood, like, of course, unfortunately. And so I used to crochet and do things like that to donate to Beth Israel Hospital, which is in the heart, okay, of Newark, in the hood. And so yeah, I used to do that like back in the day. But like more recently, I would like make gift bags to give to the children's hospital. Not that long ago, I actually crocheted some hats and booties, but they're still home. I want to make some more and then kind of give them, but I haven't even handed those out yet, because I really want to do somewhere that's for more underprivileged children. But yeah, I used to do that. I used to make up like bags for the homeless, so with like toiletries, socks, a gift card for like whatever fast food places in the area, like a $10 gift card. I used to do that for Zakatul Fitr, also for after Ramadan. Everybody know about Ramadan, but there's the last day of Ramadan, well, the next day after Ramadan, because it starts and ends at night at like dusk. And so for the next 3 days we have the Eid, and you know, you have Zakatul Fitr. Zakat is like charity alms. And so anyway, we have to, oh, that smells terrible. What is that? I am Brown Farm, so who knows. Come on back, mama. Zakatul Fitr. So what I used to do, so we have to give charity like before the prayer, the day after Ramadan. It's usually around 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. So we're supposed to give charity for that celebration before we make that prayer, 7 or 8 in the morning. It's best to do it, and we're supposed to do it during Ramadan, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people just give money to the masjid and let the masjid disperse it. I don't like doing that. I like I'm a grassroots type chick, so I like to give to the people. And what I've done for a long time is put together these packs for the homeless and give like $10 cards, because there's a certain amount you have to give, blah blah blah. But so I do that and everything. But what I primarily do and have done for the past 3-4 years is I just go online and give donations to charities that give like 100% or like anywhere from 95 to 100% to donations go to the people. And one of my favorite places to give through is piousprojects.org. It's an Islamic organization, and they give to people in need throughout the world, including here in the States. I normally give in other places. I like to do like a Sadaqah Jariyah, which is charity that keeps on giving while you're like in the grave. As we Muslims, you know, it helps us while we're in the grave trying to beg Allah to help us out of these sins we did. But so some of those things are like giving water, and of course helping to build a masjid and stuff like that. But I do all kinds of things. Food, of course. I help build wells, masjid. Then there are other organizations I like to give to, like the Malaria Project. I forget the exact name of it. If you're interested, just put in Malaria Project. But they give like netting, mosquito netting, to African countries where they have a high rate. Malaria is a serious thing in a lot of countries, and malaria is carried by mosquitoes. So there's a very high infant mortality rate. And so I don't know what it is now. I think they were like $2.50 per net, like a regular mosquito net that we like to use to make our bed looks pretty. They actually save lives in a lot of places. So like $25, let me tell you, I will blow $25 like that in fresh fill only on junk food without a problem. So you think $25 to something like that is saving lives, because a lot of pregnant women get malaria, and like there's a really high death rate. I give to a lot of places. The Himalayan Cataract Foundation, I love giving to them. I talk about them a lot in videos because they go to different third world nations, and again, cataracts are a huge thing in a lot of nations. And you know, of course, it causes people to be blind because the eye lens is blurred and everything, they can't see. And so it takes away their sight, which in itself is horrible, but it also takes away livelihoods for themselves as well as for their families, you know what I mean? And so the Himalayan Project, I can't remember, I think it's like $25 for a lens now. Don't quote me on that. I think it's like $25. It used to be cheaper. It used to be like $11 or something like that. But I think it's Doctors Without Borders. They go around and in a day they give these people back their sight. They take the damage, their actual natural lens, which is damaged, you know, the cataract, and then they put artificial lenses, and within 24 hours they can see. It's like the dopest thing ever. I think that is so dope. So I'd love to give to them. I think I've given to, I don't know if it's Sarah Smiles or one of the others, cleft palate organizations. I give to them. That's something that's close to my heart also, because I have a cousin who was born with a cleft palate. It's hereditary. Cleft palate, I don't know if it's all hereditary. I know my cousin's is hereditary from his father, who got it from his mom. And I don't know like where she got it from. I don't know the lineage like that. But my cousin is very successful, you know, but he's my, you know, first cousin once removed, or my second cousin. But so my cousin Malika, my first cousin, should I have said her name on here? I don't know. But her son. So my cousin made sure that my little cousin, I'll say, went through, he's a grown man now, but just for clarity, my cousin made sure that her son, my little cousin, got it corrected. But it was surgery upon surgery upon surgery as he was growing up, and I swear he is absolutely one of the strongest people I have ever met in my life, because I was totally flipping when I just had to get little minor oral surgery to get a tooth pulled, y'all. Yep, I'm one of them. And so, and I just knew for sure that I was going to die when I got my hysterectomy. I didn't think I was going to wake up. I thought I was going to be long dead by now. But so I see what he's gone through, and it just makes me very empathetic to babies, to children who are born that way, but also to the parents, because my cousin, she ain't talk about it much because she's like an oak. But I remember in the beginning when he was first, because she didn't understand that it was hereditary and that he would go through, that she would have a child that would go through such things. And so I remember in the beginning, and she was a baby herself, it was very, very difficult for her. And I can't even imagine what she went through, having to take her son to, get all these surgeries and have to deal with that. And while, juggling work and this and that, it's just a lot. So this is really something that's really dear to me. God, dog, why am I going on and on? Let me hurry up with this, because this is a mad long video. But okay. So health, getting back, because I went way over there somewhere. Or way over there, I should say, to the left. So health. Child, this weight is getting on my nerves. So I've lost a pound or two this week, but that don't mean nothing. I'm still just under 175. And it'll get there once I focus, inshallah. But I want to get at a steady 160 by 2022, because I can get it down, but staying there is the trick for me. So weight wise, that's what I want to do. I already said about getting insurance and stuff for my family, but I also want to get us all I haven't gotten any diagnostics done lately, but I've been up on it more since me going through my health issues. But like my children, I really need to make sure they get themselves together. We really need to start going to the dentist. I need them to get lab work so we can see if anything's going on. We do not want to find out when it's too late to really do much about, because I know people swear by natural remedies and herbs and stuff like that, but I don't think y'all really understand. It's not magic. It's not gonna, if you're stage 4 something, it's gonna take more than just some, Pardiarco or Chaparral or something like that to help you out. The trick is prevention, and so you can't prevent things if you don't know what's going on in the first place. So that's something I really want to focus on for my family and me this coming year, inshallah. Because the truth is, they don't know what to do. They don't even think about what to do. They're all young and they're all looking at me for, they're looking for me to say, hey, this is what you need to do. They're not just gonna pop up, you know what I mean? So I have to be the matriarch that I am and actually handle those things. And I already said about the other things. Almost done. Business. Here we go. So for business, I really need to, I have my business licenses and I've started my companies. Now I have to work on establishing them. So I need to get my clientele up with my my notary and my signing agent company. I need to start actually, I need to put together a course for my CPR classes And you know, I need to establish some business credit and stuff like that so that I can get all my equipment and whatnot and not have to touch my little bit of money, because I already said I want to save up 25 G's just for this coming year, inshallah, of my personal finances. They ain't got nothing to do with the business. That's separate. So I need to, you know, handle all these things. I'm just waiting for certain paperwork to get back from the government and from the state for me to start moving forward. You know, everything is a process. So that's what I have to do, as well as starting the other company, the umbrella company that I mentioned before, for like my creative things. And also catering. I've been wanting to get back into catering forever. Because I used to, my first husband and I had restaurants and stuff. We used to do a lot of catering. And I mean, like for City Hall and like all these types of places, as well as just like regular parties and things like that. But and vending. I don't want to do any more vending, at least not now. I would love to open up some restaurants up here where I live, because they don't really have, like, they definitely don't have any halal like soul food or anything like that, like how we used to have it rocking, oxtails and all that kind of thing. But the only halal food that they have up here is like, you know, the Chicken Shack type joints. And then aside from that is like Indo-Paki. So no like American food really. I mean, you can get like burgers and fries and pizza at, you know, those places, but that's all they have. You ain't finding no whitening. First of all, they ain't even up on whitening up here. Nowhere up in here. I've been up here 10 or 11 years and don't know nothing about no whitening, or as my stepdaddy say, white tea. But they don't know anything about any whitening fish, no fried fish, nothing like that. And I know they can't season like I season, you heard. But like none of that. No rice and bean, no nothing. And so I really would love to do that, but I just cannot see myself being stuck in the restaurant. I can't. I have to have freedom. I have to have freedom to do things. And so the next best thing I could think of is catering from home. So I've been trying to start this home catering business for months now, and the town just will not get back to me. I don't know what's up with that, but inshallah I'm gonna continue trying to get that up and running so I can have, you know, income from different places, inshallah. So yeah, I said the umbrella business with the t-shirts and stuff like that. What did I say? Oh, I want to work on getting closer to being self-employed. So, but that's tricky for me because I put in a hell of a lot of work to become a nurse, and I've been doing this for quite a while now. I'm not just trying to drop that. And it's not just Pennsylvania, it's nationally, I think. You know, we have to re-up our license every 2 years, and the only way you can do that is you have to have put in like 6 months or something like that to work. So I can't just drop it all together, or if anything, I'll just start like an agency or something like that. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But suffice to say, my goal is to be totally self-employed, but your more day is to be totally self-employed, and so I'll work on that, and I'll figure out how the nursing thing will fit into that, inshallah. I want to pay off this car ASAP. So let me tell you, I did a little bit of tweaking. So I bought this car. I have a 2017 Ford Fusion. I love it. It's awesome. I bought it actually used. Now, I don't know, my cousin told me like that was not a good deal, but I bought it from Enterprise Rent-A-Car because I actually rented it, and I was like, this is dope. And the car I had was like a 2011 Honda something like that. So there was no like sync, there was nothing. And this is a hybrid, by the way, whatever the hell that means, because I feel like my gas still get used. I'm constantly buying gas anyway, so I don't really understand. But suffice to say, it's a really good car and I love it. So I bought it, there was like maybe 3,000 miles or something like that. It was low on it. And because I rented the car, not this one, but the same type basically, but it had a sunroof. And I was like, yo, I wonder if they sell cars. So I thought I should go up in there and get some information. I left with a whole car and it was 20 G's. So I you know, got a loan through the credit union that they dealt with, and I've been paying this car loan. Child, I swore I would never do a car loan because it just never made sense to me. And I love my car, but I hate that car loan. And so I like crunch some numbers today, and I'm like, son, I done paid like a little over $3,500 in interest alone on this sucker, and I still got like halfway to go. So my intention, inshallah, is I'm gonna pay this sucker off 2022, because if I keep going the route I'm going, I'm gonna end up having paid like nearly $8,000 in interest. Like, that's whack. This is why we're not supposed to do interest as Muslims, because it be taxed in your pocket and you're really getting paid, played for, you know, what you end up paying. But nonetheless, you know, I want to get that taken care of. That is a goal, and it's a personal goal, but I have it on business because I'll be using my car for my notary business. So I'll probably, I don't know why I'm going so fast. Let me calm down. I see. I'm gonna slow down. I'll be using it for my notary business, so I put it on the business side. And of course, it's gonna help out my personal credit score tremendously. So have that, pay off the car. I want to buy another vehicle for the CPR business, because I want it to be something that I can actually sleep in. So some sort of sleeper van or something like that, where I can use it to travel and then again just sleep in it, rather than get in a hotel room, spend all that money on a hotel room for, you know, 2, 3, 4 days at a time. And first of all, I'm kind of a germaphobe. When it comes to other people's germs, I'll be up in there, I always look crazy to people because I don't play that. I don't know what kind of germ, I don't know what they be in there doing, what kind of nasty junk they got on their hands when they messing with that remote control and everything. I don't play that. I am crazy about sitting on toilet seats with other people, so I always Clorox that sucker down, and I put down tissue, all of that. Ain't got no time for that. Let me just have my own spot. I've been a fan of van life, and before it even became huge like it is right now, that's something I've been wanting to do for the longest. So inshallah, I want to buy a vehicle to, again, that'll be a business expense because it'll be for business. Okay. YouTube is something that I do aspire to become big in, for it to become, because I just love making these videos. I don't know, it's not like a whole lot of people watch them, but they don't matter to me. of course, because this sucker is over now already. But I just feel like I think I have something to offer people, so I just put it out there. Whoever it helps, or whatever. And so, but what I would like to do is really grow in this thing as a YouTuber, and yeah, and then hopefully I can even have that as a stream of income eventually. Maybe, we'll see. So what I would like to do, and I'm going high, y'all, because you see I'm only like 300 now, but I would really like to hit like 10,000 subscribers. Yes, I'm going there. I'm going to be hopeful and put it out there into the universe. So 10,000 subscribers, and even if I just hit 2,000, I'm still winning. If I hit 1,000, I'm still winning, but I'm going big. And then I think the very last thing that I saved for last is just like with the YouTube subscribers. I don't know. I'm reaching, but I'm going to reach. So I really, really would love to buy my first rental property. Hold up. I'm running my mouth. My throat getting dry. Lemonade. I ain't even about that lemon tea life, but so yeah, I would really love to be able to buy my first rental property. I've been wanting, I keep talking about it, so I feel that it is close, y'all. I just feel it. Like, I really believe this. So I said like 2 years, but I'm giving it to 2022, inshallah. So I really would love to have like a 6 to 8 unit building. I would love that. I'm putting that out there. Inshallah, ya Allah. So that's my big thing that I want to do. Like, I feel it's attainable, but I feel like it's just out of reach. Whereas the other things, I feel like it's going to take work, but it's still comparably easy peasy. I can do that, no problem. But the rental, if I get my first rental, and I know it can be done because I see people all over YouTube, making real estate videos. They did it. Why can't I? But that's really something I would love to be able to do, inshallah. And we'll see. So I'm gonna be back next December to tell you what I accomplished and what I did not. And hopefully, like with this year, everything will be in the bag. Yeah. So what y'all doing? I hope you all don't just listen to my big mouth going on and on for an hour plus. I'm putting this out there so that maybe you, if you have not decided to sit down and write down a goals list, that you will. And I just scribbled this stuff down here in this paper. I'm actually going to write, I have like a large white dry erase board, a whiteboard on my wall at home, or on the back of my door in my little office area, that I have all my stuff, my goals for 2021. So I'm going to erase that and then do for this year. And I'm also planning on doing a vision board / action board too, which I'll probably do a video on that, like for people who don't know how to do it, or maybe you could do it one along with me. That would be fun. Maybe I'll go live or something like that. First time in history. So yeah, I really, all of my videos that I do, they're really just to educate / inspire. I need to do my little teensy part while I'm here on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So, alright y'all, that's it. I'll check y'all out later. Peace.